intro. It's intro time. Shush. Everyone shut up.
Hi, guys. So we are 15 minutes into this stream and just realizing now that we've been muted the whole time.
Run it back.
Run it back. We're going back to the intro.
Hold on, intro. It's intro time. Shush. Everyone shut up.
We are the worst at this.
The first time.
No, it actually isn't. You remember when we had the whole podcast episode that was muted? We had no audio dialogue. We recorded the whole thing, and then we came back, and I was doing it. I was like, dude, Cody, we had no audio. Everyone was muted.
I just got to repeat myself again.
Yeah, we didn't end up doing that podcast episode. Guys, we are taking it from the top. Welcome to the Third Party Podcast. We're going to make the introductions and the warm-up really quick so we can get back into the story and kind of pick up where we left off as good as we can. But if you're new here to the channel, I am Talks Too Much, host and one of the founders of Third Party Studios. This is Cody,
What's up?
the co-host of Third Party Podcast, member of the Sunday Slackers, and all-around ginger. We have all around.
All American ginger.
Greatest of the gingers. He was the best there ever was at the game. So we have a lot to get into today. We're going to be talking about Stephen Colbert's termination. We got Tencent and Ubisoft to talk about, and we have even more. So we'll be getting into all of it. Let's jump into our first story. We're talking Jimmy Kimmel curses out CBS over Stephen Colbert's late show cancellation as Trump claims he's next. So we're not going to rehash everything, but I'll just get you guys caught up and we can kind of get back to where we were. So Jimmy Kimmel cursed out CBS this week after the network canceled The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. The decision described by the network as a purely financial one amid the ongoing Paramount-Skydance merger has drawn sharp criticism from Kimmel, who didn't mince words in his public rebuke of CBS. And I made the joke I thought was really funny that I'm surprised he wasn't first.
Well, it's funny, though. It's that what we didn't mention when we were all muted was that they didn't just axe Stephen Colbert. They got rid of The Late Show, which has been going on forever.
It's gone, yeah.
And they're just getting rid of the whole program.
Okay, so a sort of a question that doesn't really dig to the point, but do you think that the show was the problem, or do you think Colbert was the problem?
Both. Because, I mean, you got a shitload of writers and stuff behind the scenes. It's not like Colbert was the one writing all of his stuff.
But do you think the show... Okay.
But the show, I think, the financial decision, because it costs them $100 million a year to have the show on the air.
Sure, that's a good point. And, you know...
And you could take $20 million away from that and just fire...
Steven. Well, and you have Pfizer paying such an exorbitant amount of cash for the show to be going on. And RFK is going to make it impossible for pharma ads to be on TV.
That would be awesome, because we're one of the only countries in the world that does that.
I know. This is
so annoying.
It is really bizarre. But, I mean, to the points, just to recap some of the points, the commercials with pharmaceutical ads and stuff, you could basically skip almost all of them if you had the DVR. So that was basically a non-entity for most people, I think, up to the internet. And now you have streaming services and all these other things where I think you're going to have a harder time skipping. If you don't
want to pay, like, if say you got a shitload of streaming services like I do, I don't want to pay the premium to skip all of the ads. I mean, I do, but...
You know, thinking about this and playing it back, this is so stupid that we have 15 minutes with our mics muted. I know it's a meta. I know we're having kind of a meta conversation about it, but it's like, this is so dumb. All right, Kimmel, host of Disney ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live, took to Instagram stories shortly after Colbert's emotional on-air announcements, sharing a clip of his colleague breaking the news to his viewers. Crying, probably.
Well, would it even be your colleague or rival? Because you're both late night shows.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the time slots or anything, but...
No, I think they're all, like, staggered. Well, I don't think there's any...
besties anyway.
Yeah, they all, like, circle jerk each other off at, like, Hollywood celeb parties and stuff, and just jerking it on San Diego. Or,
San Francisco.
San Francisco, yeah. Love you, Steven. F you and all of your Sheldons, CBS, Kimmel... I thought Sheldon was fine. I don't think it was anything to like write home about. But have you seen the new one, the new spinoff, Mandy and George?
No.
Or George and Mandy?
I don't like The Big Bang Theory. Never watched Young Sheldon.
Big Bang Theory. I hated Big Bang Theory. I think it was like...
It's more entertaining to watch it without the laugh track. Because it's weird and awkward as shit.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it just does a bad take to nerd culture. I don't think it was... I think you have these really cringy nerds who like...
Uber nerd.
Like, well, they're just socially awkward, like super socially awkward, and maybe they find like their avatar in Sheldon or whatever and the rest of the gang, but I can't stand it. I don't think that that's genuine. And obviously, the fact that you are required to have the laugh track in order for it to be comedy, I think there's something shallow about that. Just a little shallow. Guys, if you agree, just hit the like button. That's all you got to do. If you disagree, hit the like button. Let me know. All right, so Kimmel wrote, referencing the network's long-running sitcom, The Big Bang Theory and Young Sheldon. Yeah, we know. Blunt message quickly went viral with celebrities like Adam Scott, Judd Apatow, Katie Couric, echoing support for Colbert while amplifying Kimmel's frustration. Well, I mean, I
like Judd Apatow's like movies back in the day.
Yeah,
because he did like Superbad shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But for a while now, he's just been kind of like Kimmel, where he's a whiny bitch all the time.
Well, and echo your support, guys. But I mean, he's still done.
Yeah, it's not just because you said something, it's like, oh, okay, we'll keep it on air.
Woe is me. I'm just a lonely multimillionaire in Hollywood. Oh damn.
You're gonna get another show.
Yeah,
matter.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Maybe you'll get paid $15 million instead of $16 million. You freaking crybaby bitch.
Do a podcast like everyone else.
Yeah. It's easy to do a podcast, guys. Show them how easy it is. Hit the subscribe. I'm sorry, I am shilling a little hard there. I'll chill out. All right, the backlash comes amid speculation that the cancellation isn't solely about dollars and cents. Critics point to Colbert's frequent sharp commentary on political figure, including exclusively President Donald Trump as a political factor or potential factor. Just days before the announcement, Colbert had criticized CBS's parent company Paramount for a settlement with Trump, calling it a bribe on air. Many liberal voices in the industry claim this is a chilling sign of broader changes in late night TV, especially under new corporate pressures.
Good.
The corporate pressures have always been there. Like, there's always been corporate pressures to succeed and do well. It's called business, you fucking dolt. And then you have chilling, like,
like these big changes coming to late night. It's like, yeah, good, because when was the last time late night was good?
I don't know that it ever was. Like, I never was.
Conan. Craig Ferguson.
Ferguson's the only one.
Ferguson
I loved. I don't actually have a huge problem with him now, but I haven't watched him in a hot minute. I mean,
he's still doing comedy. He just had a stand-up special like a couple months ago.
Ferguson was really the only one I actually enjoyed, but I think he was like on last in the lineup.
Yeah, he was on at like midnight.
Was this actually called The Late Late Show?
I think so, yeah.
I'm trying to remember sheerly from back when it was like satellite.
Or he had that robot
cable
as his co-host.
Yeah. I missed the robot. The 90s and the early 2000s were a different time. You had robot co-hosts, and now we don't have it. Now our robots want to kill us and crush us. All right, Donald Trump. Okay, so I want to talk about like the bribe comment, because it's not a bribe. It's just avoiding financial ruin or offsetting your costs as much as you possibly can. Like, tell me this. Like, if you were settling a lawsuit, like a civil lawsuit privately between any two private entities, you would never be able to equate that to a bribe. Like, and you're only saying bribe because of the naughty-ish word, and you're trying to put that on Trump. Mm-hmm. Like, such a bad faith take.
Yeah, what is the bribe? I mean, they had to pay him for a settlement. It's like, did they just throw in there and it's like, oh, and we'll get rid of Steven?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're in business, you always make sure to ask for a personal thing along with any good deal. You always if you get a deal and you have a factory to make 1 billion like hats out of solid gold, you make sure that is written in the contract that you're getting the first one off the assembly line. Limited edition, bitch. But no, the bribe factor, you could make an argument that it's a bribe because they wanted to get on with their Skydance merger. I mean, because he said bribe before his show was canceled. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he doesn't know. I mean, I'm assuming he doesn't know. I guess we won't know that. Maybe he got the news and then went on and said it was a bribe.
Maybe. But more info down the line.
I expect he'd be crying.
No, that's Kimmel.
Donald Trump reacted to it. I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings. I love that. Here, Jimmy Kimmel is next. He has even less talent than Colbert. Greg Gutfeld is better than all of them combined, including the moron on NBC who ruined the once great Tonight Show.
Is that Fallon?
I can't. It could be Fallon.
I mean, Fallon's better than Kimmel and Colbert, but that's not saying a whole lot.
You know what? I think Fallon is the worst comedically. I think Fallon is the least funny. Now, let me just caveat by saying I don't like Kimmel the most, but I do think Fallon is talentless. I do not understand what anyone ever saw in Jimmy Fallon ever.
He was
Saturday
good.
Night
I
Live.
liked him in Saturday Night Live.
There's not like if you could show me I'll good faith the hell out of this. I will sit down. You give me the best Jimmy Fallon clip you possibly can, and I will sit down good faith and I will just hear it out. I'll have the best organic reaction I possibly can. But he's not funny.
The ones that come to mind are just the ones with him in the background, really.
Well, I like people have shown me clips from Jimmy Fallon when I've made this argument before, because this is like a take I have. Like Jimmy Fallon is talentless and a hack and not funny. I think every laugh he's ever garnished has always been like forced. I don't believe it's genuine at all. You remember Taxi?
Oh yeah,
That with Queen
Latifah.
Yeah, that's what I said. She like that movie was dry and just horrible. And Jimmy Fallon was like, do you remember when he's learning to drive? He's like, this will be. He's like, in the car.
He's gotta fucking sing.
He has to sing in order to drive. Dude, this is cringy garbage. I'm so like, Taxi was one of my first impressions of Fallon.
I think the same, yeah.
But then I went on to see more of his stuff, and I was like, dude, this guy sucks. And people are like, no, he was on SNL. He's hilarious. Let me show you some stuff. And he's like,
it's just every clip is him breaking character.
Yes, yes. Oh my God, yes. He's you have professional comedians, like people who have made their entire career who go on SNL to host, right? And then they just enter a room and they have no dialogue at any point. They just walk into the room. Jimmy Fallon's like snickering and like hiding his face. I'm just like, no one said anything, you dork. Oh, I can't stand Fallon. I don't think Fallon is...
It's funny. He's in classic skits, but I don't think he says like one or two lines in those skits.
Yeah.
Like more cowbell. He's just in the back giggling.
Yeah, I can't... Dude, I think that's horrid. Like, I think it's funny when it's organic, but that feels so fake. And maybe it's not. Maybe he just is a living giggle track, but
I think so. And then on the Tonight Show or whatever he does now, I think it's more forced. Every time the celebrity he's interviewing says something remotely giggle-worthy, he loses his mind.
Yeah, he just reacts like a monkey that jumped out of a box after being trapped in there and shaken for like 6 days.
He's got a laughing gas hooked up to his veins.
It's like, please don't put me back in the box. All right, adding fuel to the fire. Let me make sure you guys can see. Adding fuel to the fire. President Trump weighed in. Yep, we saw that. Absolutely love it. Trump extended barbs against Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, oh yeah, NBC's moron Jimmy Fallon, calling him the moron, suggesting the entire late night lineup is on shaky ground. That's that on its own. I mean, I think, do we have to fight too hard to prove that? I mean, the late night series is as unpopular as it's ever been.
Yes, nobody watches it. The clips on YouTube get more watches. YouTubers doing podcasts get more views.
Oh yeah, and I mean, even if there is a highlightable moment, let's say there's like some epic take or something, or just a really interesting back and forth on one of these late night shows, the YouTube community, or even, I mean, any platform, or X, you know, let's just talk about like not even YouTubers who make a career out of content farming and stuff like that. They like, let's just say on X, you have the most organic conversations or the most viral back and forths, or just someone who posted the clip and then they go viral off of like these really weird conversations that happen on late night.
Well, it's like no one really gives a shit what celebrities have to say anymore either. And that's all they do is interview celebs.
Do you think the format is tiresome? Like, okay, so interview celebs, yes, but do you think you could do this with, like, let's say you had a show where you have other famous people whose opinion does matter. Let's say you had a lineup of podcasters who are big. Let's say you had like a year straight of you've scheduled all the biggest names in podcasting, or all the people
do that. Like you watch, like podcasters have their weekly show or whatever, and then they bring on other people in the YouTube realm. They already do that and already watch that shit.
Right, but if you did but they don't. I think it's pretty uncommon to have like a comedy show around it. I think Crowder, I think Normal Worlds, I think you could make a case for a couple of those. I think you have podcasts that have some organic comedy that happens, but you don't have like, I think probably
like it's structured as a late show or whatever. No.
Exactly. Do you think do you think you could apply the structure of a late show to a podcast or to the internet format? Do you think you could interact or interchange these and have it work?
I don't really think so.
I mean,
we're just done with it.
maybe, and maybe that's good. Maybe that's fine. I mean, there's plenty of things that I burn out on over time. Like plenty of things I lose interest in. So Kimmel, okay, so ratings have been a persistent talking point in these developments. While Late Show has maintained its lead in total viewers, averaging 2.4 million in Q2 2025, Kimmel's Late Show trails behind with about 1.7 million viewers on average. However, Kimmel occasionally edges out Colbert in the key demographic, a metric prized by advertisers. Trump's dig at both hosts' talent being less than their ratings demonstrates a brutal reality. Late night viewership has plummeted industry wide, with even the top, like Colbert's, drawing fractions of their peak audiences from years past. Yeah,
I mean, like when it comes to demographic, like the 18 to 25-year-old is only 200,000 when it comes to this 1.7 or 2.4 million. So like younger people don't watch this show. It's all 80 or old people that grew up with like late shows and whatnot.
Well, and when you're looking across the internet, do you think this is a TikTok brain going right now with like comedy? Do you think that you need to, like, if you want to laugh, you need your fix, you go and you doom scroll and you find just a billion shorts of comedy of moments in comedy, rather than sit down for an hour to see if there's funny moments between two unimportant people?
Oh, early 20s and younger, they aren't sitting down for an hour watching shit like this for the most part.
Right.
Like you look at there's a huge generational difference just between like say a 30-year-old and a 23-year-old. They grew up in vast differences. Like
That's true.
We had a long time before the internet got big.
Yeah, we lived through 9/11. They weren't born before. It happened after they were born.
Right, and they grew up with the internet at their disposal at all times.
It is
like we couldn't get PowerPoints to work at our school for presentations. That's how new to
technology
everyone was.
Well, and then the school had Apple, which did everything it possibly could to destroy Microsoft while everyone was still fighting
Right.
for market share. Which that was, not to segue, but that was a genius fucking move on Apple's part. Let's put all of the technology in the schools at a discount. By the time they're out of college, they will be completely incapable of using anything that requires their brain.
Right. Yeah, you're stuck on Apple then.
Yeah, for the rest of your lives.
For the rest of your lives.
You are sheep and drones.
And we'll brick your phone every year so you get an update.
Yeah. Good luck being poor. No. All right. Yeah, I hate this picture with the vaccine. This is the vaccine shot. It's probably one of the most frustrating. What the hell is even that?
What the hell is even that to the left?
That's a man, baby. All right. The end of the Late Show marks the closure of a chapter for CBS, which has hosted late night programming at the Ed Sullivan Theater since 1993. Hey, that's a long time. As one insider put it, the decision was agonizing given the show's historic and cultural status. It has, irrelevant.
Yeah.
That's the status.
Irrelevancy.
You're talking about the mark of irrelevancy.
Your cultural status stopped in 2010.
Yep. Yet the mergers reshaping media giants and political tensions simmering, the future of outspoken late night satire hangs in the balance. It's not the. Okay, hold on. Just to break on that point a little bit. No. Like, outspoken late night satire is not going anywhere. It's just changed formats. Like,
It's just not called a late night show anymore.
Yeah, you still have outspoken satire. Like, like the Babylon Bee doesn't even have like visual programming, as far as I know. They mostly have like clips and stuff like that. But that's all like political satire. Like, you have entire content creators who that's all they do, and they're
plenty
fine.
of them out there too.
Yeah. Kimmel's profane outbursts may be just the beginning of a larger conversation about creative freedom, corporate control, and viability of late-night TV. In a fragmented entertainment world, it also raises questions about the network being able to make financial decisions based on performance without being examined under the political microscope. Dude, you can't take a shit without being examined under the political microscope. Like, there's no...
Yeah, everything's political.
Everything is political. It has been for a long like but you know what? I'd be perfectly... I think that the bigger issue with all of this is just how like people's... the audience has changed. The market has changed. The buyer for content, the customer for content has changed what they want. And now all of media has no idea what to do with that. it's sort of like how like you and I fail to cope with how like young people will now start getting the content they want, even though it's like brain drain garbage and absolutely unentertaining and not thought provoking.
Like when they ask us if we're gonna play like Fortnite or Roblox or any of that.
Yeah, and we have to say no because we grew up.
You always skirt around the subject, and you're like, "Oh yeah," I'm like, "Nope."
Well,
Not gonna happen.
well, here's the thing. You know, I want to entertain. I want to give you guys the best product we possibly can, and so I'm always open to like trying something. But there are these fundamental flaws that people don't take into account with Fortnite, and I think at the core, it's shit. That's the fundamental flaw, is that it's just bad. Like I would say the best thing you could possibly make for Fortnite is that it was the first, and it's the best argument you can make. I don't even think it's necessarily the best battle royale.
No, and I think it destroyed a lot of the gaming industry because everyone started to try to do battle royales.
Yeah, it did. That had a crippling impact on the entirety of the gaming industry. And now, as a result of as a result of everyone's interest in these free-to-play games, you now have live service gaming being the entirety of the medium practically, and you have game publishers, CEOs coming out and saying, you're not going to own your game, you're just going to license it until we tell you no.
Yeah.
And then we're going to take it back from you.
I like having every little bit of control.
Yeah, we need more creators to keep, like, I think the independent space is doing a good job with like, hey, here's your file, go play the game forever, you own it. I think the independent space is doing that, but I think that as long as, I wonder what it would take for Fortnite to lose popularity, I guess. What would it take? Like, is it just so culturally significant for the younger audience that it'll just always be there?
I think so.
Well, like for me, it took everything for them to destroy Halo. Like I gave them, I think, a decade of good faith effort on my part as an audience member to try to find something in 343's Halo to enjoy, but they can't do it. They don't have the talent, the skill, the understanding, the respect for the OG content.
I wonder, when it comes to Fortnite, I wonder if like when these kids grow up and look back, because everything they do online is forever, and they're gonna see like them doing their stupid ass dances and shit, and they're gonna be like, man, that was so gay. Or they, because everyone's got like a phase. It's like back in the day, you'd have like an emo phase. You'd see a picture of yourself from like 15 years ago, and you'd be like, what the hell?
I got that one photo.
So maybe it'll be like that.
Oh man, I got that one photo of me.
Oh, I remember when I had long hair.
All right, we're going to be wrapping up this story here. Conservative voices, however, see the decision to cancel Colbert as purely financial, as a purely financial move, given the show's struggling ratings and massive overhead costs. Honestly, if you're looking at the entirety of the decision in good faith, the only conclusion you can come up with is that it was a financial decision, and the rest are on the horizon. I can despise all of these guys in late night shows, but if there is enough of an audience for them to survive and exist, I don't believe they should just be Thanos snapped from television. I may hate their takes, I may be annoyed or I may be annoyed or find them irrelevant, but if they had a big enough audience to sustain them, they should exist. That's enough.
If it is profitable, they would have kept it.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, there's plenty of creators I despise, but I don't think that needs to be a reason that you guys go away. I mean, what's the old adage? It's like, it's something for free speech is, I may hate what you say, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it.
Right.
It's been a while since I dropped that one, but I mean, I want them to be able to speak. I want them to be able to say what they want. I just want them to be.
And then we can call them out for being stupid.
Exactly.
It's free speech versus free speech.
It makes it easy. All right. As Trump hints at more cancellations to come, hosts like Kimmel and Fallon are undoubtedly watching closely, perhaps pondering their own exits before they're shown the door. I don't think there's any reason to rush. I think I think it's coming quickly enough that I think putting extra gas on it's not going to change anything.
Remember James Corden? Didn't he have a show for a while?
Yeah, I thought so.
Was it still going, or did it get canceled?
I have no idea. Corden,
because he got quote unquote canceled for being a dick to like waitresses and stuff.
Dude, I don't know if there's dude, how many people in Hollywood have been a dick to waitresses and like just the average folk?
The average folk.
The common man. Dude, they you can see in the media that they produce that Hollywood elites just despise middle America. Like they call them flyover states, and they're
Yeah, I heard this really funny one that celebrities are going to stop doing like implants and Botox now because it's become so affordable that the average person can get them. So they're just going to go back to all natural.
dude. Okay, side take, Botox.
Can we stop it?
Can we, you look hideous. You look absolutely horrid. Like okay, I mean, there's if you have like excessive wrinkling in your face, you want to do something about it. I don't know. But like, I don't know. I don't have that problem. Maybe I will in a bunch of years, but
Well, Bill Burr had that bit where it's like, stop trying to look fuckable when you're 60. It's like,
yeah.
just look 60. You'll be fine. Now you just look like a 30-year-old lizard.
You know, if you're healthy and 60, I bet you're probably better looking than someone who is like unhealthy, super Botoxed. You look like a freaking mummy, but with like
Oh no, Ozempic.
Yeah, I don't know. The Ozempic thing is this entirely separate conversation I have not really given enough consideration to. Like, it's the food we eat is a bigger part of the problem than like people's activity. It's my opinion. I don't know that I could be 100% wrong on that, but I think the food we eat is practically poison, and so
yeah.
I don't know if like when people are like, you just need to get out and do more things. I was like, I don't know. Like there are people who are pretty freaking healthy or like active. I mean, but they eat food that I guess is accessible or easily readily available, and then they're just like look awful.
Yeah.
How you been? You look like shit.
You look like shit, man. I saw you with that 12-piece bucket, KFC.
Eat a salad, fatty. No.
I do. I get my salads from McDonald's.
All right, so we got more to talk about. Do you want to talk about Ubisoft? I think that's the next best topic.
A little bit of nepotism. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So we're talking Ubisoft. Ubisoft CEO, a French name, makes his son head of new Tencent subsidiary after family's mismanagement and his own business flops as gaming world cries nepotism. So here's okay, let me just tell you my take on this. I love it. I'm so here for it. The fact that Tencent, I don't know if they have a say in the matter. I assume they do, considering they are basically swooping in to save the day. But dude, Ubisoft, anything related to that original family, like being involved in this, is just destined for failure.
Like, this is the time where you want to go like full on what's the word for it?
Change everything. You want to like a
meritocracy.
Meritocracy. Oh yeah.
You want to go full on meritocracy. We're just getting rid of everyone except for the merit. We're going to be putting numbers on all of our employees.
Everyone gets a number. No one gets a name.
Because we came this close to just disappearing as a studio.
Yeah. Well, I wonder, I bet someone would have come in to like buy up the IPs, but the fact that they are able to split off and have a subsidiary and have Tencent basically come in and like keep Ubisoft alive. Dude, if Ubisoft didn't come in and get a deal put together with them with that structure, yeah, I think we probably would have a few more years of them burning the last in the tank, but we're gonna see the end of Ubisoft here if they don't start making some actually good decisions. But
yeah, I don't even know what's coming up next for them.
I have no idea.
I was thinking, they just did Assassin's Creed and that sucked.
Yeah,
Far Cry maybe.
God, I hope not.
It's Far Cry 6. I played like 2 hours of it, and I'm like, nah, it's not for me.
Far Cry, if they're not going to go back and give me an experience, like, here's the thing. I'm not interested in any of the modern Far Cry systems. Far Cry 3 is the only one I ever cared about, the only one I ever enjoyed. It was hugely successful. Everyone loved it. And I have not felt like we've gotten anything like that since. And so if they're not going to give us good character, good story, and I don't know. There's just nothing there for me. I'm kind of sick of Cartel and like all these other. I'm kind of sick of like.
I played all the way up to 6, and it's like Far Cry 5 was pretty good, but yeah, it's still nothing like 3.
Right. All right. So let's read this. I should probably figure out how to pronounce this freaking name. You think?
I've been trying. I've been like saying it in my head over and over, and I can't really get it.
Should I say René de Chatillon?
It's like Guillemont.
No, I'll do that.
Because I'm like thinking like guillotine, where the L's and shit in there.
Yes, Guillemont.
Guillemont.
I don't know how to pronounce it. That's hard.
Guillemont.
Insert French name here. I'll just say Guillemot Senior. That'll be, I think, helpful. All right. In what many are calling a brazen display of nepotism that has left the gaming world fuming, Ubisoft CEO Senior Guillemot, whose family has helmed the company's catastrophic decline, has installed his son, Guillemot Jr., as co-CEO of newly spun off subsidiary controlling the publisher's crown jewel IPs.
It's funny. It's like I can't pronounce Charlie, so Guillemot Jr.
I didn't even bother to really read Charlie. Charlie Guillemot. Announced on July 16th, 2025, just as Ubisoft grapples with financial ruin, the move hands Charlie oversight of blockbuster franchises like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, despite his track record of failed ventures in a volatile NFT space.
Wow.
How do you, I mean, you can't.
I didn't realize I had an idiot as a son.
Moron. Motherfucking moron. No, that's a
big red flag right there.
Yeah.
You got into the NFT space?
Hey, guys, if you're in the chat, if you have a single argument for why NFT is a good thing, please let us know. Like, we
Convince me.
We would love to hear it. Change my mind on NFTs. Tell me this guy is actually a financial genius that just history has not proven right yet. Go ahead. Give it your best shot.
But they're handing him over the 3 biggest franchises, which is insane.
Well, and honestly, what can he even do with these that we're going to see? We're not going to see.
Assassin's Creed already has like a roadmap of like 3 new games coming up, so I don't think he can change much there. But I don't know about the other 2.
Well, yeah, Rainbow Six. Honestly, I don't know if we ever see Rainbow Six. Feels to me very much like Counter-Strike, where it's just
an ongoing thing.
Give it updates, quality of life improvements, add new material into the game, keep it as balanced as you can. And make sure to insult the player base every year so that they have an interest in coming back and exploring it.
Yeah, I'm wondering, how is Rainbow doing?
I'd be curious to know too. But when it comes to Tom Clancy, anything Tom Clancy, I think has potential, because I think the Tom Clancy's universe is, I think it is good. I think there's plenty of good stuff in those games. But holy shit, like X Defiant should have been a slam frickin' dunk.
Shoulda. They really screwed the pooch when it came to Breakpoint.
Yeah.
That open world one, where it came out in a disastrous state. But now it's really playable and actually kind of good. But
well, you gotta. So X Defiant should have been like the crown jewel of everything they had. It should have been the main thing that people kept coming back to. As they expand, you get updates in this. Every game gives them something new in X Defiant. It should have been a franchise game, and now it's dead after what, a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, I think
it shut down. I think in June. I think it shut down in June. I'm trying to remember exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shut down the servers. But if Stop Killing Games had their way, we'd still have access to it.
Ooh. I hated playing that game so much.
That was not fun.
I had to re-download it 3 or 4 times because you guys kept on wanting to try it again.
Well, every time, keep in mind that every update, every time we played, there was like a 6-month gap between it where we had reasonable expectation that they would have resolved some issues. But then no, they didn't. The biggest issue I think I had with the game early on was, honestly, the first version of the game was the best. I think it was like the alpha test. They had it up for like a weekend.
Oh yeah, I didn't play that with you guys.
Yeah, that was just me and Slim. That was actually kind of fun. I actually enjoyed it at that point and saw some potential in it. It kind of got a little old, so I was really expecting them to do some stuff to improve it with their time off. And then the beta was awful. I thought it was just absolutely garbage. I thought all the balancing was way off. SMGs and shotguns were way overpowered.
And they're also kind of competing with themselves against Siege.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Siege is still doing really good, by the way. It's got 86,000 Steam players right now.
Well,
so it's in the top 20 on Steam, plus all the consoles.
That invites an interesting question. Like, do you think that a single publisher ever really competes with itself?
Publisher,
so EA Blizzard, or like EA or Activision Blizzard. I mean, Activision Blizzard has a pretty substantial catalog of games that fall into the same, like several of them will overlap in genre,
right?
But would you catalog that as like them competing with themselves? I don't know that really, I would.
I guess one of the latest ones I can think of is EA dropped Titanfall 2 and then another game on the exact same day, and I can't remember what Titanfall 2 was going up against, but
that's just the day people are going to be on their systems. That's just the day you need to make sure your servers are running hard, because that's like someone's playing something or everyone's playing something. God, Titanfall. See, this is we need. I wish Respawn owned the IP for Titanfall, because then we'd have a potential for them to like sell it off to someone who would keep making games. But Titanfall,
Respawn's just doing the that Star Wars game now, Jedi Survivor.
Yay!
I think they dropped it at the same time as Battlefront 2. No, that can't be right.
The years might be a little off base there. I'm not sure.
Me neither. I don't remember when Titanfall 2 dropped.
You'll find out.
2016.
Sure. Nice. All right. So we'll keep reading. Disappointment. Amid whispers of Guillemot.
Oh, okay. You know what it was against?
Hit me.
Battlefield 1.
Oof.
Yeah, so Titanfall 2 and Battlefield 1 dropped at the same time.
Well, and
I played the shit out of Battlefield 1.
Well, everyone did.
Because they had excellent trailers coming up to it.
Well, Titanfall 2 had excellent trailers, but they were all the stuff they changed with Titanfall 2. Like they had a campaign, but it was really short. The really short camp. Like everyone had these specific asks from the first game, and they over delivered, but like poorly. They gave us more than we wanted, or they gave us everything we wanted to, but not in the way we asked for it. So they gave us a short campaign. They gave us a variety of Titans, which we didn't need. You didn't need 7 Titans. You don't need a bigger customization pool out of your Titans than out of your like playable character, because Titans are supposed to be the special thing. Like if you have think of it this way: in Battlefield, when you have a variety of tanks, but you don't have more tank classes and more like vehicle classes than you do like customizable character classes. Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying.
All right. Disappointment amid whispers of Guillemot. Destiny's iron grip on a sinking ship has ignited accusations of favoritism, with ex-users mocking it as the epitome of nepo baby entitlement in the industry, reeling from Ubisoft's self-inflicted wounds. Yeah, the fact that this family would retain any creative decision-making CEO level, like take money and just step back and have people give you more money. Like
they want the power. They want to have the decision-making ability.
I don't know. If I was convinced that they loved game development for or being in their positions for the love of the game,
okay.
Then I'd be much more like, oh, dude, then keep going. But
there's only one CEO that kind of said something like, yeah, I'm just here to like pick the right people for the job and then just stand back and let them do their thing. I think it was Sony's CEO or something.
I want to say it was like a smaller creator, weren't they? I want to say it was like a smaller creator.
Big, I don't remember.
Wasn't it the team from The Witcher? Like it was they spun off from The Witcher. It was like Wolf something.
Yeah, well, they got a new game coming out, but that's not
Blood of the Dawnwalker.
Yeah, that's not what I was talking about. I think it was the Sony CEO.
Well, he's not going to be sitting down and developing games.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe. All right. But so PlaysWave on X, over on X, says Charlie Guillemot has been appointed co-CEO of Ubisoft's new Tencent-funded subsidiary, addressing nepotism claims by emphasizing his experience and vision for the company. He aims to innovate and adapt the industry changes alongside co-CEO Christophine Derenes. I don't think I got that right either.
I think you butchered the hell out of that.
Derenes?
No, I think you screwed up the first part. Even.
Why can't people all just be named John Smith? This is bullshit. All right, Charlie Guillemot, who co-led alongside Ubisoft's North American director Christophe Derenes. What? You read.
No. I was saying it's like Nepo Baby's partner. It's just how
brushed off Ubisoft's nepotism concerns with a tone-deaf quip. What matters now isn't my name, it's the work ahead.
Which is rich. I mean, your name matters now, but what matters more is
reputation.
What you do with it.
Like the concern when you're being introduced to people is reputation. True. What matters when you're making a splash in the industry, like you're kind of first being brought into it, is your reputation. Like the work ahead. Yeah, we all know that's there. Then also, we also know that the CEO's relationship to what the audience is going to be given off the shelf is pretty indirect. Like the vision will be there, but we know that the CEO is not making the cookies.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine being those employees where it's like, all right, new boss coming in. It's like, oh, it's the CEO's son.
Yeah, no, I'm not. It's a hard sell. But also, keep in mind, your name is attached to the downfall of one of the bigger and historically one of the better game development studios. And your name has piloted this thing's kamikaze into the ground. Like, so,
Good luck.
yeah, have fun with it. I mean, I'm more entertained than I am like outraged. So, but
Yeah,
actually,
Ubisoft is pretty much dead to me at this point.
critics weren't buying it, with one Reddit post retorting, "That's what all nepo babies say," as outrage swelled over the Gilmont family's apparent refusal to loosen their hold despite overseeing years of flops, delays, and financial hemorrhaging. It is weird. Like, you ever see that what's the bar remodel show? Bar Rescue, I think is what it's called. Do you ever see that show?
Yes.
So it's interesting. This is like the first half of one of those shows where you have a completely failing bar and an owner who's like, it's everyone else's fault. Also, I'm drinking on the job. And also, I'm just giving everyone free drinks because I want them to be my friend.
I want to be popular.
And I want the message to be in all of my games. That's what every bartender says.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have this one guy who comes in, just yells at him at the top of his lungs, and is like, "You want me to save your bar?" Like, I don't know, man. I'm going through a hard time. Yeah, you've all seen it. You all know what I'm getting at. You get it. But yeah, these guys just don't seem to want to save their company.
No, it doesn't seem like it. They don't care.
If you got to this,
They'll just go to another gaming company or something.
well, not as owners.
No.
The family isn't. The
They can step
middle
away.
managers.
Yeah.
But the family is not going to go to another company and be a part of it. I mean, anything could happen, but how and why?
You get all these failing upward kind of things anyway, to where it's like, all right, yeah, you shut down this entire studio. No, we got you a job over here.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
the same with the writers for BioWare. They're the ones writing the Ghost of Yote game.
Mm-hmm.
That did Veilguard and Anthem and
Yay!
Yeah.
We're so excited for Ghost of Yote. It'll be so much fun. Sarcasm. All right. The article continues. Charlie's resume hardly inspires confidence. He previously managed Ubisoft's mobile studio, Owlient, but bolted in 2023 to co-found Unagi, a Paris-based Web3 gaming startup chasing the NFT and AI hype train.
Jesus.
Backed by Binance, Unagi peddled anime avatars, blockchain gaming, and fantasy sports platforms, only to crash and burn amid the NFT market's implosion, forcing his sheepish return to Ubisoft's transformation committee in 2025, handing him the reins of a subsidiary valued at £4 billion. I don't know what pounds are in English. It's a slap in the
I don't know
face.
what that means in freedom dollars.
Yeah. It's a slap in the face to to employees enduring layoffs and fans watching beloved IPs falter under the Gilmont's watch.
You know what I picture this guy as?
Oh man,
Remember, in referencing South Park again, the COVID episodes where they were in the future.
Oh,
when
yeah.
they're adults. It
Those are
reminds
really
me of Butters, where he's like super into NFT and AI, and he's trying to sell it to everyone.
bro, that was the thing. That was the reason that worked so well in South Park is because everyone knew that guy who was like hyping up like Bitcoin or hyping up NFTs. Like everyone knew that guy. And for me, I actually had a full like 2-hour conversation with a guy who was like, I invest in all sorts of types of cryptocurrency. I was like, so if one of them succeeds, bonks out the others. I mean, cool. Yeah, that's the win, I suppose. I mean, the growth on it will be exponential, I suppose. But if Bitcoin's successful, I mean, yeah, I guess you're gonna make back plenty.
I've been following crypto. I don't care anymore.
No, I don't know who does. I mean,
You'll hear stories of guys that sold like their million shares of crypto back when it first launched or whatever to get like 10 grand. And now they're worth like 500 million if they would have sold.
well, back in like the 2024 campaigns, you had some of Trump's allies talking about how we were going to get rid of the fiat currency with the dollar. We were going to lean into a digital currency, or at least make it a parallel version of the dollar, so that we had two types of currency that people can back whichever one they thought was more successful, let the market decide. But you know, we're still pretty early into it. I don't see that really happening. I don't think the political gas is still on that. I don't think the political gas is still there for it.
I think we're focused on different things.
Yeah, we have other priorities right now. And honestly, most of the concerns about the dollar crashing seem to go away when the economy recovers a little bit. Turns out all you have to do is not be destroying the economy, and people seem to have a little bit more faith in the dollar.
Weird how that works.
It is weird. All right, the Tencent deal, desperation wrapped in a bow. The nepotism play or power play stems from Ubisoft's controversial pact with the Chinese giant Tencent, announced in March 27th, 2025, as a desperate bid to stave off collapse. Following, we can keep going with that, but Tencent is ponying up $1.25 billion for a 25% stake in the French headquartered subsidiary, granting it exclusive worldwide licenses to Ubisoft's top earners, while Ubisoft clings to majority ownership. The deal is set to close by year's end, pending approvals, is pitched as a way to accelerate transformation and slash debt amid a financial nightmare of plunging revenues and title disasters. $1.25 billion is significant. It's a big number.
It's a big number, yeah.
But I mean, I misunderstood this then, because so Tencent having a 25% stake, they're just a shareholder, but they have licenses to create their own product from. That's what that would mean. It's like if they are granted access to the worldwide licenses, that means that Tencent can create product and games and content from these IPs.
I put a lot more faith in Tencent than I would Ubisoft.
Bro, Tencent, like, honestly, China, please do it.
But then Tencent, don't they do a lot of like gacha games and stuff for like mobile?
Well, yes, but I mean, what impact does that have on the industry? I would say yes, they do, but I don't think that has a significant impact on the industry. I think
not yet, anyway.
I mean, we'll see if it picks up. Maybe I'm downplaying it, but I don't know that that's the issue I would really worry about. I'm just gonna jump ahead a little bit. Investor fury calls for overhaul and outright sale. Shareholders are apoplectic. Holy shit! Launching open letters and legal salvos demanding a renegotiation of full IP sale to Tencent at no less than £15 per share.
Euro.
15 euro per share. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Groups like AJ Investment blast the terms as undervalued and opaque, arguing it fragments the company and shafts existing holders. Yeah. You know what? That's not a bad argument, because I mean, everyone who is involved in ruining this franchise is still there, or this company is still there. No one's gone. I mean, I think they had a huge, massive layoffs, but we all know that that's like the underlings, the middle management. It's not the guys who are responsible.
I'm just taking orders, man.
Yeah, just the people who are just trying to go do their jobs. But if you're a shareholder in Ubisoft, 25% of the company gets like bought out to this other one, or to this other company, and they create a subsidiary with all of the most valuable stuff being set aside. Dude, I would be pissed if everything I had been investing in had been just moved to a new company that I was not invested in. Oh, I would be
so... You gotta lose all your money taking out shares from Ubisoft.
Well, I'd be furious, dude. That would be such a dick move. But I mean, if you need the cash, $1.25 billion can buy you a while. I mean, that can keep you in the game for a minute. And if the worst thing it cost you was 25% stake and the ability for the company or Tencent to create their own spin-off games and bolster the fan base's faith in the IPs, wow, this is probably the golden parachute that they needed there. They were basically saved by that, I would say. All right. Layoffs raging on Human Toll of Guilmont's Legacy. On July 9th, 2025, Ubisoft gutted 19 roles at Red Storm Entertainment, the team behind Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon and Star Trek Bridge Crew, as part of targeted restructuring. Yeah, they're just firing people. It's all right. So they're just firing people. It's absolutely travesty. This piles onto over 3,000 layoffs since September of 2022, with projections of 200 million euro in fixed cost slashed by fiscal year 2025-2026.
So they got rid of 19 roles at Red Storm Entertainment, the ones behind Recon and Bridge Crew, right?
Yes.
Those people had nothing to do with the failure of Assassin's Creed Shadows or that stupid-ass Star Wars game that they put out.
No. No, they didn't. But, I mean, I would say Ghost Recon, I remember Ghost Recon having like people liked it. I remember people enjoying that game. It's not a game I haven't tried that one yet. So
Well, they did Wildlands, which was successful, and then Breakpoint afterwards, which failed at launch, but it probably the game's really good and playable now, but I'm not sure if that translated over to their finances picking up from it.
right. And the Star Trek Bridge Crew, I knew nothing about that game. I didn't even know that was out.
I think it's like a VR one. I'm not sure.
All right. As Ubisoft lurches toward oblivion, the Gilmont clan's crowning of Charlie, fresh from NFT wreckage, symbolizes everything wrong: entitlement over merit, family loyalty over competence. With this Tencent tether, save the empire. What the fuck?
Will this Tencent tether save the empire?
Thank you. Or snap under the weight of backlash. With morale shattered and battles raging, the Gilmont's threadbare legacy may finally unravel. Yeah, this is a company that just refuses to die, and this family just refuses to acknowledge that they can't lead this ship. I don't know that there's a name I would put at the head of this. Henry Cavill. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't want
Elon, buy Ubisoft. No, Ubisoft should just sell all. I don't even know who they'd sell their big IPs to, because a lot of big gaming companies now are just trash.
Well, exactly. We're not going to. This is the first domino to fall. This isn't the last domino to fall. We're going to see. I think BioWare was like doing a bunch of layoffs the other year. Or like last year, we did a story where we were talking about like 7,000 layoffs that BioWare had just put out.
Yeah, because of Veilguard, and we have no idea where Mass Effect is now with it.
Right. And, you know, guys, 7,000, I'm just remembering that number. It could be a lot less, could be more. I don't know. But we did cover that, so it's in a previous episode. But yeah, there's going to be more studios that fail and fall. When you have games like Schedule 1 come out and Repo, these games that take
the indie games that take almost nothing to make, and they're just dominating the market.
Yeah, they're dominating the market. They're insanely popular. They're hugely profitable because you could, I mean, a new person who's not a person with absolutely starting from zero scratch skill would probably still need a lot of effort and time to put into that. But I mean,
just put out a Pong game.
Yeah, a medium skill developer is probably able to put together something akin to those games and put them out into the world, and so that would be insane profit if your indie project did get picked up as one of those out of the 20 games that are put out every week, one becomes a blockbuster success.
Yeah, I don't know. It's bloat with all these bigger companies that they're not focused on a single product either. Well, like with these indie ones, it's like a couple dudes focused on a single vision. Bam.
Well, this is the point I was making like earlier with like the competition between games, or like is there competition between one company that puts out two different games that are similar in genre? You only really have at any given moment 10 big games, 20 big games that are going on in the industry at a time, and then they kind of like shuffle through, and they get phased out by the population picking up one to replace it. So if you are trying to make games that are in those top 20s and get the huge success and I mean, the more games you put out, I would say the better your odds. Now, to guarantee your odds, you just make the best game possible and have somewhat decent marketing so you can reach your audience. But then word of mouth is pretty powerful in gaming too.
Yeah, in the entertainment industry as a whole, word of mouth is kind of the best marketing you're gonna have.
I agree. All right, we'll wrap up that one. Let's move on to one last story here, and this is actually the one I think I'm kind of most excited about to talk about. What do you think? I mean,
I don't know. We're sticking with Ubisoft here, so
it's all Ubisoft.
It's all Ubisoft again.
Well, we had
and Netflix
and chillin'. All right, so Netflix greenlight. I was gonna say gaslights.
Gaslights long awaited.
Netflix greenlights long awaited Assassin's Creed live action series as Ubisoft grapples with financial collapse. So,
did you see the last live action Assassin's Creed?
Oh yeah. It was a movie, wasn't it? It was
Michael Fassbender.
Yep. I did not see it.
Yep, no one did.
But
it was horrible. I got through like a half hour of it. I'm like, yeah, screw this.
Do you think it was just because the movie was not good, or do you think that
the movie was not good? It wasn't really a faithful adaptation with like how the Animus works and the Templars and stuff. But yeah.
Well, if you're gonna be bad faith, don't put that in the trailer. Yeah. It's like if you're not gonna
hide the bad faith.
If you're gonna do it right, and at least hide it in your marketing. Don't make that the first thing you do. It's like, hey, most loyal fan base, you want to see how we fuck this up?
Right. Yeah, I don't have a lot of hope for anything entertainment wise. I'm just here for the ride. We'll see how it goes.
So,
but yeah,
do you think that Netflix is still a place where you can put some faith in adaptations like this?
I mean, they're good at like season 1.
Yeah.
Season 2 and on usually turns to shit with every Netflix show.
I'm still looking forward to season 2 of One Piece.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
We'll see. But One Piece did a good job of like capturing normies, which I thought was really surprising. Like people who had people who
it actually got people to watch the anime, which is insane because it's 1,000 some odd episodes.
Well, and it's not like One Piece is like, it's not like the One Piece Netflix show was like Oscar Emmy worthy. I didn't think so, at least, but
no, it was entertaining though.
It was entertaining, but I mean, I wonder if
a good faith adaptation.
I wonder if you had all these normies who were like, "Hey, my kid really likes anime, and there's this show that I thought was not bad on Netflix. Let's go watch the anime together." I don't know. Maybe this was the open door to exploring more into anime. They turn on Crunchyroll and realize it's 17 or like 15,000 episodes long, and they're like, "Oh, never mind.
No, this is a commitment.
I'll wait for season 2." But I think Netflix. My biggest issue with Netflix productions is I think the visuals tend to be really low quality looking,
soap opera looking.
Yeah, but I mean, this is not a franchise that I think would require a lot of like special effects. I think you would only invest in special effects if you can't do like On Destination and good quality like practical effects.
Well, think of other period piece shows that are on Netflix that they used to do that looked really good. Like what's that? The one where they goes to the Mongols.
Marco Polo.
Marco Polo. That was really good. Looked really good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about season 2. I dropped off.
I thought
there's a few shows where their historical shows look actually really good.
Yeah. All you have to do is practical effects. You don't have to like. If you have decent costume design, because I have a theory about costume design. I think it's far more important than people like play up. I don't think people appreciate costume design nearly enough, because I think there's something about the immersion and like the subtext of like the environment, the scene, that when you look at someone wearing a flamboyantly green, fluorescent, like Robin Hood looking outfit, and he's in the middle of he's in a castle and he's like glowing on screen.
Yeah, like the Rings of Power.
Yeah,
where everything is just so damn clean.
Yeah, exactly.
Fresh out of the wash.
That's actually exactly. If your setting matters, your scene matters, and if you're just going to invest everything into like CGI, into making it computer generated, then I don't think you're going to get nearly as much. I don't think you're going to get nearly as much appreciation. On the opposite hand, counter evidence to my own argument is Marvel.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up actually, because Tom Holland is cast in the new Odyssey movie that Christopher Nolan is making.
That looks.
And he's quoted saying, it's like, yeah, it's nice to be actually on the set and stuff instead of in front of a big green screen, because that's all he's done in Marvel is green screen. I think that could be awesome, and I am actually looking very forward to that. Yeah, we'll see. Let's some of the casting's a bit iffy. All right, we'll keep going. So in a move that could offer a fleeting lifeline to a struggling publisher, Netflix has officially greenlit a live-action series based on Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed franchise. The announcement, made July 17th, 2025, follows nearly 5 years of development since the initial partnership between Netflix and Ubisoft was unveiled in 2020. So, I mean, they're a minute into this. Yeah, I mean, and also have these problems when it comes to adapting games. They always pick games that are already pretty cinematic, where it's like you could just play the game and get all the context, and it would be better storytelling, because usually you got to cut a bunch of shit out in order to put it in the live action. Right. But it's like what they're doing with God of War, what they did with The Last of Us, which everyone hates season 2. I was happy to see that. Well, and I'm seeing just like these games are already very cinematic. Well, and I'm seeing in like as we were talking about this earlier. So Emmy nominees, Roberto Patino, known for DMZ, Westworld, Sons of Anarchy, David Weiner, Halo, Homecoming, The Killing, are set to serve as creators, showrunners, and executive producers, drawing on their backgrounds in dramatic and speculative storytelling. For every Sons of Anarchy and Westworld on here, I see Halo, and I'm reminded that Halo single-handedly destroyed the last goodwill and faith I had in Halo as a franchise.
Halo to me is dead, which is since the founding of this channel has been something I have tried my hardest to represent my support for the franchise, and then that show comes out and I'm over it. I'm just done. So
I dipped out a lot earlier than you did.
Yeah, I finished the show, and thank God it's canceled. I hate that garbage.
Yeah, but I mean, when it comes to Westworld, they only had one good season too. Everything else was just woke garbage.
Yeah, I mean, Sons of Anarchy held. Like that did really well for a long time. I think you could make some arguments that seasons 3 and 4 were a little boring, 4 and 5 were a little boring. You could make that argument, but I think there was also some really good stuff that happened in those seasons as well, and stuff that if you're telling a long-running story, you sometimes need moments in between the big climaxes and stuff. Maybe it
can't be high action all the time.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, The Walking Dead had some boring seasons in it.
Yeah,
but I won't say, like, everyone references season 2 of The Walking Dead as being super boring, but I won't say it was a bad season.
No, and I would say that The Walking Dead did get better until it hit its peak and then fell off. I think people were
once they hit Alexandria, it started to slowly dip.
Well, I think Negan was when Negan was introduced and killed off people, and that was like how they left the cliffhanger. And then everyone comes back to the next season, finds out it was Glenn and Abraham, and everyone's like, you can kill one of them, you can't kill both. And also, that was overdoing the shit out of it. Like, that was overdoing it. You didn't need to.
They really want some shock.
They really did.
Well,
I mean,
and they fake killed Glenn earlier that season too.
Yep.
In season 6.
So they were just poor handling, I think, is how what I'd attribute that to. So described as high octane thriller, the series will focus on the clandestine conflict between two ancient factions, the Templars, intent on shaping humanity's fate through domination and deceit, and the assassins whose ostensibly defend free will. Who's the good guys? I wonder who the good guys are. Pro free will? They're gonna find a way to like do like this moral relativism thing where it's like, oh, taking your freedom of will is totally like, they could be the good guys.
Well, in Assassin's Creed Rogue, they switched it up to where the main character becomes a Templar. Yeah. And they still played with the idea of like, because the assassins were kind of just going way off reservation and just doing whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
But.
Well, I'm curious. There's more to be told in this, so we'll just keep going. Traversing key historical moments, the narrative delves into themes of purpose, identity, destiny, faith, power, violence, greed, vengeance. As soon as I saw power, I was out. It was like
as soon as I saw identity, I was out.
Identity, power, destiny. Yeah, I'm checked out. Yet Patino and Wiener stress that at its heart, the show examines the value of human connection across cultures. There you go. Across time.
We'll see.
The existential threats when such ties erode. Oh, so it's we need immigration. Am I overreading into that? I'm like,
you
that
might be. I don't know.
Cross-cultural and the existential threats when you don't listen to us. That's when these erode. Whatever. I'm overdoing it. Maybe. In their joint statement, Patino and Wiener professed their fandom for the series since its 2007 debut, which has amassed over 230 million copies sold globally. That many, huh?
So they claim they've been fans since 2007.
Yeah, that's a good claim.
We will see.
Yeah, that's a good claim.
Everyone says they're fans of the thing that they're adapting, and it turns out, oh, you didn't read or play or do any of that.
Dude, my favorite example of that is when, what was it, Knights of the Old Republic 2 was going to come out, and it turned out that the creator, the pilot of the program, she hated the original game.
That was the remake of KOTOR 1, yeah.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite examples of what you were saying.
The story. It's like, why the fuck are you writing it then?
Yeah, you were the wrong choice.
Milk was a bad choice.
We got to find a way to put that in here as like a soundboard thing.
Right.
We have been fans of Assassin's Creed since its release in 2007. Every day we work on the show, we come away excited and humbled by the possibilities. They noted, highlighting the blend of action elements like parkour and with profound human dilemmas, with pledging to craft an experience for fans and novices alike. No, not for novices. No.
Just make it for the fans, and then people that don't really know about it will become fans.
Exactly. Netflix's vice president of scripted series commented on the milestone as well. When we first announced our partnership with Ubisoft in 2020, We set out with an ambitious goal to bring the rich. I thought it was going to say to being rich.
To be rich. We're doing this because we want money.
Our goal is to be rich, which is honestly far more honest than most of these conversations that you get.
That.
Yeah. Bring the rich, expansive world of Assassin's Creed to life in bold new ways. The Netflix executive said, now after years of dedication, collaboration, it's inspiring to see just how far that vision has come.
What timeline are they doing though? Like the one that would make the most sense would be Ezio's.
Interesting. Okay, so
because it's I mean, you got games spanning like thousands of years apart from each other. So
right. Well, I mean, doesn't it all? I mean, you would probably just center it on modern day and then just keep going back to history. Would you need to?
Yeah, but it depends on. Okay, like so, the main protagonist in the modern day from the beginning was Desmond, and he had a shitload of ancestors that you could access. Well, not really. You only had 3 that we went through, but then it switches up to this chick that no one cares or likes. I don't even remember her name, and then she has separate ancestors. So if you pick someone, say you pick someone that's going to be like, all right, we're going to use this guy, go through his ancestors' memories, it'd have to be like the most diverse person you've ever met in your life.
Interesting. Because okay,
you'd have to have ancestors from like Greece and fucking the Middle East, Egypt.
Do you think it's likely that they're going to do a retelling or like
Italy, or make their own story?
Well, I think what makes the most sense to me if you were trying to adapt this would be to tell a new story. No, I just think that just makes sense from a practical perspective because I think I
would too, because you get in a lot less trouble than adapting one that people already really like.
Yeah, I think that makes it a little tricky, but
you just pick a time period where there's a bunch of conflict and then set your protagonist in that.
Yeah, I mean, is there any? I mean, there's a scenario you could play out where each season is a new story. I mean,
yeah, new time. Yeah.
Is there anything in the games? Because keep in mind, you're the resident gaming expert on the channel.
Yeah.
Is there anything in the games that ties them all together besides the machine that puts you back there? Like, is there any narrative connection?
It's like the first civilization are like people that were here before that were ultra like technologically advanced, and they got extinct because of a giant sunflare that fucked with the earth and blah blah blah. And that's like the overarching themes, these ancient ones, but like otherwise it's kind of just like you play the historical and then the modern day doesn't really matter that much. You kind of just skip through it.
I think it would be I think I would struggle with trying to put a story together from this. I don't know that I could. I mean, maybe that was the reason.
You'd have to get in some, it would be really like period piece and then like high sci-fi kind of shit on the other end of it too.
You know what I think is the most frustrating about like remakes or adaptations is that every one of these universes, let's say like Avatar The Last Airbender, right? You have Avatar The Last Airbender. When you had the original show, they gave you rules. They told you about their magic system. They told you about how people interact. They told you about the conflict between nations. And then you also, on the subtext of it all, you also get the interactions between the characters. That creates really organic chemistry and just you get characters that are easy to like empathize with and fall in love with as an audience member. Now, then you go into the adaptation, and writers in Hollywood have no idea how to follow or like adapt rules, because they'll break all of the rules of the universe in order to tell the story the way they want to tell it, rather than taking into account. So like when you had M. Night Shyamalan did his adaptation, you had to have 7 earthbenders doing a choreographed dance together in order to move a single rock across the screen.
Yeah, that scene is hilarious.
It is. It's memeable. It's memeable to death. But you have bad, unlikable character writing as well. But I think the worst affront is when you have to break the rules in order to make it work for your vision. Halo was that for me. You had to literally create an entire different timeline with the silver timeline.
Oh yeah, that's true.
In order to tell the story the way you wanted to tell it, because it broke all of the rules of Halo and everything we had.
But I think the way to do an Assassin's Creed one would be the main plot would be the historical, where they're basically tracking Templars or whatever and getting pieces of Eden, which is artifacts from the before times. And then the modern day would just kind of be like a subsidiary kind of story that's kind of going on in the background.
Secondary. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, that tracks for me.
People would rather be stuck in the historical time watching that than some modern day office.
Some guy sitting at a computer being the guy in the chair.
Yeah.
It's the guy in the chair.
You're just watching a guy just lay on the Animus forever.
All right. The production team extends to executive producers like Guillemot, Margaret, Austin Dill, and from Ubisoft Film and Television, and Matt O'Toole, Boykin, Ubisoft Film and Television's head of content, expressed enthusiasm.
How many Guillemots?
This is the same Guillemot, Gerard.
No, it's not.
Oh, no, it's not. You're right.
No, there's Charlie, there's Vess, and now this guy, Gerard.
Yes. We are so excited to work alongside Roberto, David, and Netflix and our Netflix partners to bring this beloved franchise to series. He said, "This adaptation joins Netflix portfolio of video game inspired projects, including Transylvania, Arcane, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and the forthcoming Splinter Cell Deathwatch. The franchise's prior cinematic outing in 2016, featuring Michael Fassbender." Earned $240 million worldwide, but was widely panned for failing to capture the game's essence. 240 million. How do we have? Okay, so it was a movie. It was in theaters, and back in 2016, you still had movies you would go buy at the store. Like that was still a thing.
The thing is with Netflix's portfolio that they just mentioned, Castlevania went to shit. Arcane went to shit.
Hold on. No, Castlevania, unless you're talking about Nocturne, which
there's that, but also I think like people, I haven't watched all of it. I got like 2 seasons into it, but people are saying that it kind of turned to shit because it didn't have 4 seasons total.
So Castlevania had 4 seasons. The story really revolves mostly around the first 3 seasons, where it's Belmont, Dracula. So that's kind of the main story you see. 4th season ties in an entirely different. It continues it, and there's some silliness that goes on in there that you could probably make fun of easily enough. But it all ties to one final boss, to one narrative, and I think it did fine. You're dealing in a world with vampires. You're dealing in a world with magic. You're dealing in a world with all these other things. The idea that there are stones that could open doorways doesn't bug me at all in that franchise. I think they did fine. Now, maybe it's bad faith to the adaptation. Different argument than whether or not the show was entertaining or good. And maybe it did a bad job on that front and deserves to be critiqued for it. But the Castlevania games are some of the oldest Castlevania games date back to like Pong.
Yeah. I'm not talking about games here, just the adaptation.
Right. So
but Arcane, like season 1, excellent. Season 2 was horrible. Cyberpunk Edge Runners, season 1, masterpiece.
There's only 1 season.
The second season's coming out.
Okay.
They're doing a second season. So we'll see, because Netflix has a horrible track record of second seasons.
You know what? I think I'll give you some points on Arcane, but I will still say that Arcane finished strong. I think it finished fine.
I think it was total dog shit. The entire second season was horrible.
There's plenty to critique. I don't think
4 seasons in season 2.
There's 4 stories. I think it did split things up too much. I think there was mistakes made, and it definitely does not live up to the first season. I finished it, and I thought it was fine. I did not think it was nearly as good as the first season, but I don't think that's the metric.
This is one where I was like, all right, I didn't like the second season, but then I watched Mahler and him do the EFAP on it.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, yeah, that was retarded. Oh, that was bad, too. And just kept on adding to it. It's like shit that I missed that just really didn't make sense.
Why do you educate yourself? Who let you read? Who taught you to read? I learned from watching you. But I mean, Edge Runners is perfect. I don't have any complaints about that. That was the only thing.
The good thing is they're not going to continue the same story, obviously, because everyone died.
They're all dead. Spoilers.
They might follow Lucy around, but
which I wouldn't want. Maybe as a side character, she comes back in for an episode, cameo style, but I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that's good. We can all see Ubisoft's catastrophic year. Yeah, we go back all the way to Ubisoft has been absolutely bombing ever since people started to recover from COVID.
Right.
As soon as people realized, hey, these actually suck.
Aww.
This
guy stinks.
The Netflix Assassin's Creed Greenlight emerges against a backdrop of utter turmoil for Ubisoft as the French gaming giant staggers through what may be its final throes. Yeah, we don't have to revisit all of the financial stuff. We've talked about it on the channel before. We know about the CEO move, and we know about We know about the financial projections. We talked about Tencent in our last video.
It's just another IP that may or may not be destroyed with its live action.
Yeah, I think that there's not a lot of new information coming up in some of this, so I guess we'll just jump. Yeah, we'll jump ahead a little bit. It talks a lot about, we'll go to the last chapter of it. The debacle and utter failure of Assassin's Creed Shadows. At the epicenter of Ubisoft's downfall lies Assassin's Creed Shadows, a title that epitomizes the publisher's hubris and incompetence. Launched on March 20th, 2025, after repeated delays from its planned November 24 release. Well, my understanding of the 2024 release was that it was overlapping and was going to compete with something else, and I think they wanted to make a bunch of last-minute changes so they didn't get sued or something by Japan.
There's that, and then there's also like the audience complaining about a bunch of shit, so they're just like, oh, we'll postpone it, fix some stuff, blah blah blah.
Well, I mean, if you simply augmented a single character model, you might have made some of the audience happy. But also, I think it had a lot to do.
Turn the contrast up.
Just turn the adapt color down. But no, if you just, I don't know, I still cannot comprehend why this game needed so badly to just be a Huck Tua in the face of Japan's history. Like they had, my understanding was this was like one of the first Assassin's Creed games that focused on like territory destruction or environmental destructive environment features.
Yeah, for the most part, besides like a crate or something. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you could go around, see all these like artifacts from historic Japan and just run through them and crash them and break them all.
Hulk.
Yeah, it's like first off, was that even important to the development crews? Like, we need destructible terrain in an assassin game, because the thing the assassins do is run around like a bull in a fucking china shop, like Hulk smash through doorways. And it's funny, like Japan loved Ghost of Tsushima. Like, there's a bunch of shit coming out when Ghost of Tsushima dropped that it's like, oh, it's made by a bunch of white people, it's cultural appropriation, blah 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 blah. And then it's praised by most of Japan for being accurate and respecting the history. And then this game just does the complete opposite. It does. They had the flag that was stolen from whatever was going on. There was that flag that they stole into all their marketing material. Yeah. There was the shrine. I can't remember what the name of the shrine was.
I don't remember either.
But the shrine was in the game, and it was like they did something with that was pretty disrespectful.
Why do people keep fucking up flags? I don't get it.
I don't know.
They did the same thing in Spider-Man 2. They put like a Cuban flag in Miles Morales' room.
You know who did flags right? Germany. Germany knew how to make a flag that would stick with you. It's like everyone knows what it is. Like, why is it all the evil people across history had flags that we all remember, but none of the good guys? Suppose we have a few identifiable good guy flags, I suppose. Like the flag from Helldivers. All right.
If you want to keep digging that hole, I'm okay with it.
I mean, it's not a hole.
It's a shallow grave.
It's a shallow. All right. Detractors lambasted Ubisoft for egregious historical distortions, cultural appropriation, injecting a forced woke ideology with widespread outcry over elements like shrine desecration, DEI-driven narratives that alienated core audience. The backlash escalated to official petitions from Japanese authorities and viral campaigns decrying the game's insensitivity. Far from a triumph, Shadows proved a resounding commercial and critical flop. Despite Ubisoft's vague boasts over a million players, wow, that's very
billion would be insane.
That would have been good for them. They could have used that. Shortly after launch, deeper metrics reveal a catastrophic sales that couldn't eclipse predecessors like Valhalla, a precipitous player exodus within weeks, and earnings that dragged down the company's already sinking ship.
Which I didn't even think Valhalla was good, but it sold gangbusters.
Yeah. With this Netflix Assassin's Creed series now in motion, it might inject temporary revenue for Ubisoft, but given the publisher's dire press predicament, skepticism abounds. Could this adaptation redeem the franchise, or will it succumb to the same pitfalls in Ubisoft's crumbling empire? The odds seem grim. Okay, let's break that question down a little bit. We have the same decision makers. Mm-hmm. We have the same teams. We have the same IPs. We have what are the new elements of this? Tencent's a new element, but they're not going to be involved in the Netflix project in any meaningful way because you have Netflix is in there, and they're obviously going to have some say in the matter. But I mean, the owner of the IP, I think,
But I think Netflix will agree with any ideology that they're trying to inject into it.
Right.
So.
The creators, the showrunners, producers, have a mixed record. Like some good, some bad. But I think that if you were a part of Halo, you're toxic to me. I wouldn't put you anywhere near. I wouldn't let you on set to watch. I wouldn't let you anywhere near it because I'm afraid you'll infect the donut delivery boy with your toxic storytelling skills, and he might somehow relay that message inward into the company. You're banned from all production, like in the future. Yeah,
I mean, it's a very mixed bag. I mean, only time will tell. But if they're doing the same ideological bullshit that they did in Shadows,
speaking is hard, isn't it?
It is hard.
Fucking hard, man.
Especially when you're just doing it consistently for an hour.
You think we'd be better at this?
No,
we're over 100 episodes in. You think we'd be better at reading?
I'm not a good orator.
I'm not a good worder.
But yeah, I mean, with Shadows, you had the injection of an African American in Japanese time, and then they try to rewrite history and like Wikipedia and stuff about him.
I remember that.
And he also hooks up with the tranny.
Yep.
That was a bit.
Yeah.
All the desecration of, monuments and stuff like that. It's just insane. It's like when people are like so hell-bent on, it's like, see, we're not racist.
Yeah.
It also is like, yeah, but
I remember when I started using tokenism as like the defining characteristic of some of this.
Tolkienism?
Tolkien.
Oh, this is another South Park reference.
Yeah, I love it. Tolkien. What do you mean? His name's been Tolkien the whole time? Yeah, he's like my favorite writer.
They switch all the subtitles from earlier episodes.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought that was so funny. That was actually really good because that was when
you're gaslighting your audience into being like, was it Tolkien this entire time?
Yeah, it was always Token. But that was hilarious. I thought that was such a good episode. But yeah, the idea that they're going to be able to change things up and make a successful runoff of for this Netflix series, I think is a coin flip at best. I think it's far more likely they'll fumble this than make it successful, but I would love to be proven wrong. I would love that. I mean, there is nothing I want more than like a good faith adaptation of a beloved franchise. I think those are fantastic. I just think they're so uncommon now.
Yeah, we all want these things to be good. It's just that we've been shown the other side so many times where it's like, yeah, I don't have faith that it would be good. I want it to be good, but I kind of already know it's not going to be good.
Right. And I mean, showrunner from Sons of Anarchy does not, for me, offset a showrunner from Halo. That's not even close to it. My hatred for the people involved in that project is significant. It's significant to me. Like,
yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow. I mean, Halo's been dying for a while now. So.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought it at least would go out on a medium note. But I mean, like, it basically they took the show and put it on disc and then just threw it into a porta potty and then burned it. My love for Halo is pretty much gone.
One of the biggest gaming franchises of all time didn't go out with a bang. It went out with a queef.
Fart in the wind.
Fart in the wind.
All right, guys, we are going to wrap it up there. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the Third Party Podcast. Make sure to let us know in the comments what you guys thought about the articles we were covering. If there's any other stories you guys would like us to talk about in the future, comment any questions you have. Don't forget, smash the like button, share the video out there. Come hang out with us next Saturday. Oh, actually, we won't be here next Saturday. We should probably
won't be here next Saturday.
So next weekend,
you get nothing.
You get nothing, and you'll like it. You'll get nothing, or you'll own nothing. And you'll be happy. But no, thank you guys so much. We appreciate the support. And so next weekend, we will not be here for the podcast. We will return the following week. You can tune into us. Well, actually, this is the last live Sunday, tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow for another episode of Sunday Slackers. We're hanging out. We're going to be gaming. We'll see you guys back then. And in the meantime, don't forget, go tell your stories. Peace out.
Bye.
Oh, we've been muted the whole time. No.
We're gonna do it again.
That everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits. Don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds. People can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life.